Before we get started, we've been having some difficulties with the fire alarm system in the high school this evening. If the fire alarm goes off, until we're notified that the alarm company is here, we do need to evacuate the building. Once we are told they are here, we'll let you know. And if the fire alarms go off when they're here, then we do not need to evacuate. This is a regularly scheduled public session of the Woodridge Board of Education and is in compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Laws of 1975, also known as the Sunshine Law. This meeting has been approved by resolution adopted at the organization meeting held on January 6, 2025. Notification has been sent to the record. Notification has also been posted on the Woodridge Borough Hall, the Woodridge Memorial Library, tapinto.net, and the Woodridge Board of Education website. Meetings of the board are open to the public, and all members of the community should feel free to participate. The board announces that under a longstanding policy, it will not discuss in public any comments made by members of the public concerning individual staff members. Before coming to the board, chain of command should be followed. There are two portions of the meeting reserved for comments made from the public. The first at the beginning of the meeting for agenda items only, and the second at the end of the meeting for all other items. Issues raised by the public may or may not be responded to by the board, but all comments will be considered. The board requests that all members of the public be mindful of the rights of the other individuals when speaking. Due to confidentiality legal rights afforded by the state of New Jersey, members of the public are asked not to speak negatively or in a derogatory manner about an employee of the board or any student. Please be advised that all or a portion of this meeting was being live streamed in real time and will be recorded for rebroadcasting at a future date. Roll call.
Mr. Fallon.
Here.
Mr. Garvin.
Here.
Mrs. Milano.
Here.
Mr. Vaccaro is absent. Mr. Biamonte.
Here.
And Mr. Nieves is absent.
Okay, on to student of the month. Mrs. Schmidt.
Good evening. Each month, the Doyle School celebrates different areas of student achievement. And for this past month, we were excited to focus on reading, since earlier in the month, we highlighted this important subject area with Read Week. Our students of the month were nominated and selected based on their outstanding talent, ability, interest, and effort in the subject area of reading. We believe that recognizing these young readers not only motivates them to continue nurturing a lifelong love of literature, but also promotes deeper comprehension, critical thinking, and a passion for learning. Recipients of this honor received a certificate of achievement and also have their photos prominently displayed on our TV outside of the main office, as well as on our website and social media page. I now present to you our K-3 Readers of the Month. If you hear your name, come stand with me. And I'm going to start backwards. Third grade, Nwang Jigme. In grade 2, Dylan Meralda. In grade 1, Gosaram Nwu. Yay, go. And in kindergarten, Axel Walters. Yay, Axel. Okay, let's scooch over here so we're not obstructed. Scooch over. Yeah. Congrats. Way to go. Thank you.
I'll take it over. Hi, everybody. I'm Mrs. Giacomelli from the intermediate school. Welcome, and I'm glad to see everybody's smiley face today on this beautiful day. We are celebrating goal getters, not goal setters, it's goal getters, those children that want to achieve the best that they can do. So today we're going to start with our fourth graders, goal getter, and this award is presented to Shrestha Dharmavaram. So Shrestha was nominated by two teachers, Mr. Eng and Ms. Monaco, because she gives 110% of all her assignments, that she is constantly trying to achieve more and puts a lot of time into studying. She asks for additional practice to push herself academically, and they just want to say congratulations for a job well done. But don't go away. No, we have more. We have more. I like to interview our students and find out a little bit more about them because I see them in the hall and they say hi to me and I'm like, all right, how come I don't know this child enough that I should know more about her? So we spent a few minutes and had some chat. And along with what Shrestha's teacher said about her, I would like to add that some parts of her life. She enjoys and is active in gymnastics. She loves tumbling and doing floor routines. And in gymnastics, vaulting takes a close second. But she also loves singing. Her favorite food is noodles, especially when they're made in Italian style. But a very close run-up is Chinese. She loves riding her bike with friends and vacationing with her family, mainly in August around her birthday. Shrestha enjoys visiting with her grandparents, either when they come here to visit in the United States or when she gets to go to India. And a short, cute story, when her parents told her they were going to go to Florida for a vacation, and until she saw the sign, "Welcome to Disney," she had absolutely no idea, and she felt that was a really, truly exciting event. So congratulations, Shrestha. And I have to, yeah. I have to admit, as I said to her parents, I had to practice the last name many, many times so I didn't make a mistake, right? Yeah. Okay, our fifth grade, this one's for you. Well done. Okay. Our fifth grade goal getter is Elise Manziano. Elise was nominated by Mrs. Palmieri and Mrs. May, and she said she always demonstrates exceptional effort in everything she does, and they are extremely, Elise, extremely proud of you. All right? So Elise and I had a few minutes together as well, and we needed to catch up on some of the things that she likes very much. And she started here in Woodridge in preschool, and some of her favorite activities are taekwondo. She loves Disney, and her favorite ride is Slinky Dog Dash, and often goes on vacation to see Grandpa in Florida. She has a dog. It's a mix of pit bull and chihuahua, whose name is Rocket. And some of Elise's favorites, and third grade teacher made the list, and that's Miss Hines. Miss Hines, food-wise, she loves garlic bread and chicken pot pie that Dad makes. And she likes to play video games. This is Elise, fifth grade, Manziano. There you go, Elise. All right. Last but not least is our sixth grader, Stephanie Alleman. Come on up, Steph. And Stephanie's a real goal getter as well. She doesn't wait for things to happen. She takes initiative and actively seeks opportunities for learning and for success. Stephanie's a perfect definition of a goal getter, and her sixth grade teachers are very proud of her. They are Ms. Ramoff, Ms. Koenig, Mr. Tucker, and Mrs. Opito. And naturally, I had to have a little chat with Stephanie today, and she loves sports. Her favorites are basketball and softball, which she plays both rec and travel teams. She usually plays second base, sometimes first, and batting off order often changes, but she likes getting up first and getting on base. Everyone has a favorite food, and it's no different for Stephanie. Pasta. rigatoni. All right, to be exact, and some butter and Parmesan cheese, and she's a happy camper. She did share with me that her favorite birthday dinner is mac and cheese, and it happens to be Dad's version, the deluxe mac and cheese. Stephanie enjoys playing with her younger sister, Francesca, who's sitting over there. She's 8 years old. They play out in the yard, and they practice hitting off a tee and just enjoy being outside. Every other year, she often takes a trip with her family to Florida to see Pop. That's Mark, her dad's dad, and has a special bond with Mom's parents as they live here in Woodridge as well. She also enjoys the beach. Summer allows them to visit Point Pleasant for a day for some family time. And Stephanie and her dad, Mark, share a birthday, July 9th, and they will often go out for dinner to celebrate. If recreational sports prevent an evening dinner, he'll pick her up from rec and they go for a birthday lunch. I want to take a moment to thank Shreshka, Elise, and Stephanie for sharing all their good news with me. Well done, goal getters, and these are my March Students of the Month. There you go, my girl. All right, where do you want? Come on over here. Come on over here, guys. Ladies, kids. One more. Yeah. Pictures galore. Good. All right.
Before we get to the high school, just so everyone knows, the alarm company is here, so if the alarms go off, we do not need to evacuate.
Good evening, everybody. The theme for the March Students of the Month for the Woodridge Junior Senior High School is a little bit of everything. Our March Students of the Month have consistently demonstrated a strong work ethic, pushing themselves to excel academically while maintaining a spirit of kindness and respect towards their peers and teachers. Their hard work, positive attitude, and willingness to support others make them the role models in our school community. We are proud of their accomplishments and grateful for the example they set each day. For the 7th grade, we have Christopher Bonomo. For the 8th grade, we have Malcolm Hatcher, who's not here tonight. For the 9th grade, she's also not here tonight. We have Grace Lee Ruiz. For the 10th grade, we have Ella Benjamin. For the 11th grade, we have Mardo Castillo. And for 12th grade, who is not here tonight, is Aiden Kelly. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations. On to our business administrators report. Mr. Lisa.
Good evening, everyone. My report will be very short tonight. On tonight's agenda under Finance, we're pleased to note that our monthly financials for March have been completed, which may be viewed under Finance 2, 3, and 4. I'm happy to report that since my last report on our 2025-2026 preliminary budget was approved by the county. However, as outlined by Mr. Albro in detail at our special meeting, which took place on April 12th, Woodridge has been approved to apply for an additional expenditure increase for our 2025-2026 budget. Our application for this increase has been submitted to the county. The results of this application and the overall completed formal budget will be presented next week at a special meeting scheduled for May 5th. I look forward to presenting at that time. This is the conclusion of my very short report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lisa. Superintendent's report. Mr. Albo.
Good evening, everyone. I hope that everyone enjoyed a restful spring recess and that everyone is ready to watch the remaining 36 school days fly by. As I mentioned in a recent Friday folder to the community, the administration of the New Jersey State Assessment began today and will continue to take place throughout the month of May. We encourage our students daily to get a good night's sleep the night before each test, get a good breakfast, and give their best efforts on the assessment. I wish to make some comments about tonight's agenda. The board is approving a revision to this year's school calendar by giving back an unused emergency day. This will take place on the Tuesday following Memorial Day weekend. The board will also be approving this evening the 25-26 school year calendar. That will be posted at some point on our website tomorrow. In personnel this evening, we have a few noteworthy retirements taking place. Mrs. Jane Carey, our high school guidance administrative assistant for a very long time, intends to retire effectively on August 30th, 2025. Mrs. Carey is an invaluable member of the guidance office, and she will be sorely missed. Mrs. Cora Bautista has submitted her retirement for the end of this school year. Mrs. Bautista serves as our learning disabilities teacher consultant currently, and while she has worked in our district for a short time, she will be missed. Lastly, Mrs. Tracy Japinka, a first grade teacher at the Doyle School, has submitted her retirement for the end of this current school year. It's not fair because Mrs. Japinka and I started around the same time, and I'm still here. For over 25 years, Mrs. Japinka has been a staple of our elementary school. And while we're supposed to be happy for her in retirement, selfishly, it will be a tremendous loss for the Doyle School. And I know that before the end of the school year takes place, the board will recognize our retirees in a more formal fashion. In closing, I have one special announcement. This evening, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize one of our school board members who has recently attained the Master Board Member designation. A Master Board Member must have earned the Certified Board Member designation and then complete the following requirements: earn a total of 40 Board Member Academy credits, attend at least 8 county meetings, attend at least 2 New Jersey School Board Association delegate assemblies, attend at least 2 annual NJSBA workshops, attend at least 3 statewide or regional professional development meetings, may not have been judged to have violated the School Ethics Act as determined by NJSBA, pass an examination covering board responsibilities, or submit a portfolio for review. We were recently contacted by Mr. Robert Acera, the Bergen County Activities Coordinator of the New Jersey School Boards Association, and informed at the annual spring celebrations meeting of the Bergen County School Board Association, which will be held on May 29th at the Holiday Inn in Hasbrook Heights, the County School Boards Association will recognize Woodridge Board of Ed member and our own, Mr. Richard Fallon, for his having earned the designation of Master Board Member. On behalf of the Woodridge Board of Education, I wish to congratulate Mr. Fallon for this noteworthy accomplishment. As board members are elected volunteers, these types of certifications require a great deal of dedication and loss of personal time when attending these training and events. So thank you, Mr. Fallon, for all that you do for the students in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Garbo. Before we continue, we're going to take a quick short break. I know that everyone wants to get out and enjoy the weather. We won't be offended. We'll continue with our regular business in another minute or so. Okay, continuing on. Approval of minutes. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education approves the minutes of the following meetings: public session meeting March 18th, 2025, and March 12th, 2025. Can I get a first? Mr. Garvin? Mr. Bimonte, roll call?
Mr. Fallon?
Yes.
Mr. Garvin?
Yes.
Mrs. Milano?
Yes.
Mr. Biamonte?
Yes.
Okay, trustees, I'll just read through the committee reports.
What great tradition, Ems.
Yeah. Okay, for curriculum instruction, we have approval of amended related services, approval of purchase equipment, approval of student teacher classroom observations, field experience internship, approval of field trip requests, approval of evaluation request, approval of field trip requests for Woodridge only, approval of transportation, approval of professional development request, approval of professional development request for Woodridge only, approval of home instruction. For personnel, we have approval of co-curricular stipend change, approval of personnel appointment for Woodridge only, approval of acceptance of retirement notification, approval of acceptance of retirement notification for Woodridge only, acceptance of resignation, approval of personnel appointment for curriculum writing, approval of coaching appointments, approval of personnel appointment for 24-25 district substitutes. Under policy, we have approval of policies and regulations. For buildings and grounds, we have approval of facility requests and another one for just Woodridge. For finance, we have approval of the bills list, approval of the monthly financial reports, and board secretary of the board secretary and treasurer, approval of certification of balanced budget, approval of budget transfers, approval of acceptance of donation, approval of fundraiser, approval of another fundraiser, including Moonaki. For board operations, we have approval of a one-year affiliation agreement for CBH Care for purpose of providing mental health clearances for the 25-26 school year, affirmation of superintendent's report of incidents of harassment, intimidation, and bullying, or HIB, within the district, approval of revision of 24-25 school district calendar, approval of custodial time study by B&G Solutions LLC, approval of parent transportation contract for 24-25 school year, approval of to dispose of equipment, approval of one-year affiliation agreement with Hillmore LLC for purposes of providing translation services for the Woodridge Child Study Team during the 24-25 school year, and approval of 25-26 Woodridge School District calendar. Trustees, any questions? Nope. Okay. Anything for new business? No. All right, opening the hearing of citizens for resolutions only. No. Hearing none, seeing none, closing in person? Nothing online? Okay, trustees, looking for your support. This includes Moonaki for curriculum instruction 1348, personnel 1246789, policy 1, buildings and grounds 1, finance 12347, board operations 134 and 8. Can I get a first? Mr. Garvin, second. Ms. Milano, roll call.
Mr. Fallon?
Yes.
Mr. Garvin?
Yes.
Mrs. Milano?
Yes.
Mr. Biamonte?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to Woodridge only for curriculum instruction 2567 personnel 3 and 5, policy none, buildings and grounds 2, finance 5 and 6, board operations 2, 5, and 6. Can I get a first? Ms. Milano, second. Mr. Garvin, roll call.
Mr. Fallon?
Yes.
Mr. Garvin?
Yes.
Mrs. Milano?
Yes.
Mr. Biamonte?
Yes.
Before we open up to hearing of citizens, I'm going to do our student report. Clyde?
Good evening, everyone. I'll be reading the April student report and the athletic report. March and April have been very busy at Woodridge Junior Senior High School. At the end of March, the drama club put on a fantastic production of Mamma Mia. It was a weekend full of singing and dancing. Great job to the entire cast for putting on an amazing show, and a special shout out to Mr. Colarusso and Mrs. Blender for all their hard work. Our music department has also been busy. Mrs. Sturba hosted a band festival at the high school. where the intermediate school band and the junior senior high school band joined forces for the day and performed together. Last week, the music department also held their spring concert tour, with glee, choir, and band students traveling to Doyle and Woodridge Intermediate School to perform. Students have been attending many exciting trips recently. Several science classes visited the FDU Madison campus to tour the pharmaceutical facilities, where they observed PhD students in action and participated in lab activities. Mr. Foreman's classes in the Glee Club went to see Aladdin on Broadway, and the Italian classes visited Ellis Island and the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Our seventh grade just returned from Foss Valley, where they enjoyed 3 days full of adventure and team building activities. Last week, our senior attended a presentation with Prosecutor Masella on the dangers of fentanyl. Thank you to the Woodridge Police Department for organizing this important event. We also want to thank the PTA for sponsoring our Fun Friday before spring break. Students had a great time during their PE classes, enjoying bouncy houses and relay races. This week, NJSLA testing has begun. A letter with the testing schedule has been sent out to all families. Finally, marking period 3 report cards will be available on real time tomorrow at 3 p.m. Now for the athletic reports. Baseball is currently 8-6, winning 7 of the last 9 games. The Blue Devils are currently in contention for the league title. Woodridge hosted a thank you class to honor first responders this past weekend and hosted some of the best baseball teams in the tri-state area. Softball is coming off an impressive start with a win over Leonia, who is undefeated in their league. Also, 2 athletes earned a 100-hit milestone within a day apart on Friday and Saturday. Congratulations to Brooke Salato and Brielle Rivera on this major accomplishment. Yesterday, we hosted a thrilling game at the Donna Ricker Scholarship event, and we also celebrated our 8th graders at the Devil Day last Friday. The girls will be away for the next 4 games. Spring track is currently competing at the NJIC Championship in Emerson. Our team has steadily been hitting new PRs, especially our throwers, which had medaled them in their past 2 meets. Boys volleyball is currently 6-6 and working hard. They recently had an impressive win over a tough Weehawken team, and they are looking forward to the county tournament next week. Girls flag football is currently 2-1 with 2 home games this week. Fiona Helly was recognized as the NJ.com Player of the Week, as she had 129 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 receiving touchdowns for 125 yards over Lyndhurst. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything for communications or unfinished business? No? Opening up the hearing, citizens, for anything you'd like to talk about.
We can face you?
Just sign in for us too, please.
Sure. I'll do it one more time. Thank you. That even better.
Oh, yeah, we got wheels.
Hi, Karen Monteculo, kindergarten parent, 237 North Ave.
Marissa Katina, another kindergarten parent on 13th Street.
So we are just following up. We were here 6 weeks ago at the previous board meeting to ask about how we're fostering a more cohesive relationship between our PTA, our administration, and our teachers. I have some of my remarks. Mr. Neves said he would get back to me the next day, but I never heard anything, so I just wanted to follow up to see if there's been any progress.
Do you have?
Excuse me. Being that Mr. Nieves is not here, I can't speak for him. But I will share with him your message this evening, and either he or myself will get back to you tomorrow.
Okay, Mr. Albar, I am curious as the leader of our district, if you had any thoughts about how we could foster more cohesion between the PTA, the parents, and the teachers.
Having been here for a long time, I've watched the district grow, I've watched the PTA grow. And I know definitively when we went through the COVID, things sort of shut down in a variety of places and we're still working our way back. I can speak as a superintendent. I know that I have the support of the PTA. And having heard from yourself and the group that was with you, I understand the concern. As new parents, you want to get your foot into the door to be involved. You're here and you want to serve. And I totally appreciate that and understand that. And I will make sure that I get back to you tomorrow with a response. And I would like to find out when the next meeting's taking place so that I could be there as well and perhaps address the group.
That is a large part of our problem. There don't seem to be any meetings. But we are here. We are many kindergarten parents, and all we want is to be involved and to support our kids. So if there are no PTA meetings, if there are ways that the board is recommending or the administration, we are very excited and very open, and we want to hear from you.
Yeah, and we are new to this. Our kids are in public school. This is all new to us. And we are starting to ask around in other towns, our friends in other towns, how does your PTA run? We've seen newsletters, emails being newsletters being sent out via email monthly about updates and events that are going on, meetings once a month. I've even heard about the breakdown of certain fundraisers and percentages of how much goes to each grade. Because we are starting to plan the kindergarten social. And we have questions like, okay, well, when the money is raised, we know there's one PTA. How is this getting divided up? We're working hard and we want to work together. We feel like there's a little, it's not collaborative. And we just want to know more and be able to contribute more. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Thank you. As the superintendent, as a board member in another community, I have to tell you that the board does not oversee the Parent-Teacher Association. We're sort of in an advisory role, and obviously, when a PTA wants to use our facilities, et cetera, we can promote things for the PTA. I'm aware of the kindergarten social, so I must ask, has this been discussed with the PTA, and how is that communication taking place?
Yes.
They're not official meetings.
So we're having our own working meetings, but they're not official. We had a working meeting last month. No board members were there from the PTA board. It was just a bunch of kindergarten parents working together. We met at the Civic Center. We had ideas. We have another one on Thursday. But again, these are just being organized by us. It's not coming from above.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you. So at this point, the PTA hasn't approved this event.
No, they do. They have.
So there's been communication regarding, someone from the executive board must have been in communication concerning PTA sponsoring the event.
Daria is at our meeting, but she's not on the board.
She is.
No.
They
She is not.
appointed her to come to your meetings, and the PTA appointed her at the last public PTA meeting for her to attend those meetings with you.
I specifically asked her, so you're on the board, and she said, no, I'm not on the board. She is a liaison of
She is a
sorts.
liaison for you guys for that meeting.
Yes, I think that she was, I don't want to speak for somebody who's not here, but she has told me that she is not an official member. I also wonder, when we look at our surrounding towns, many of them have their own PTAs for school. I don't understand why that is not something that is happening here.
And I agree with you that many towns nearby do it. And I can respond by saying, we're not as small as we used to be.
Mhm.
And having been here in 1992, we were tiny. And the one PTA seemed to serve the needs of everybody because we were drawing from the same group of families and students. And definitively, we've grown since then. So I do think it's something that's worth exploring. And I will reach out to the PTA about it. You also have to remember, next year, the Doyle School will be the largest school in the district. The intermediate school will have 200 students in it, and then the high school will have over 500 students. So we're not spread out evenly. So to be quite honest, going back to my days as a principal, the PTA's had a hard time in the past, even getting a class parent, and other parents have had to volunteer to help a different class. I think it's a matter of the time that you have and what you want to do. But I think that's something that, as the superintendent, I can reach out to the executive board and inquire, what can I do as superintendent to help them explore the possibility of having a PTA group in each building. Of course, they'd have to check their charter and see, is it one executive board overseeing each one? Does each building have their own executive board? So I definitively will speak to the board president tonight and tomorrow, let him know your concerns, and I will get back to you tomorrow, and I'll be sure to try to reach out to the board, the PTA president as well, just to express to them and get an answer from them that I could share with you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Goes into here as citizens in person. Anything online?
There's nothing online.
Okay. Motion to adjourn. Can I hear first? Mr. Bimonte, Ms. Milano, all in favor? Okay, meeting's closed. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Fowler, thank you.